And a pleasant Friday to you. Welcome to Belmont Stakes Eve here at Lone Star Park. Alongside Rodney Nelson, I'm Jim Byers. We've got 8 live races coming up. Main track condition to be determined. We are off the turf. It's a little damp. We got some rain earlier, so we're off the turf for today. This weekend, we're going to be dodging rain. It's kind of a matter of when it rains. Turf can handle some water at this time of year, but for tomorrow, it just kind of depends. If we can get through the night and into early tomorrow, we'd have a chance of being on the turf, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I did look, but I didn't determine it for sure. Advanced wagering.
Yes, advanced wagering today for Belmont Stakes tomorrow.
So you can wager. If you can't, for some reason, make it back out tomorrow for the Belmont at Saratoga. You can advance wager on that card today, and that'll be a loaded multi-stakes card, so that'll be a lot of fun. Big day coming up here tomorrow and Sunday as well, but tomorrow the Belmont Stakes, really good field in there, featuring the Derby winner who is back and some others, so that's going to be nice. Let's get on to our analysis of tonight's card. We start with 2 Arabian races here. We've got 2 scratches out of race 1. The 1, AA Burning Tenacity, and the 6, AA Sweet Victory. The opening race today, all older horses. They're non-winners of 3 races other than, or non-winners of 4, or you can be in for $20,000. Dave Appleton always loves when there's a lot of ors in there because that means you're drawing horses from a lot of different eligibility categories. Usually makes for a decent race.
Yeah, and, these Arabian races, these are fun. This one scratched down to a field of 7, but still it's going to be a pretty good race the way I look at it. I'm going with a horse that is a 5-time winner. That's number 4, WMA Smoke Signal. I think this one could be the one to beat here. I mean, last time out, this horse was in the UAE President's Cup. That was the richest Arabian race ever run in the United States, and finished 4th in that one, just off the board there. I mean, was beaten by 18 lengths, but Diamond Jim, AA, RB, Badonkadonk, High Country. We've seen those Arabians come out here and win before, and look nice. And finishing behind those 3, I don't think it's a big deal for WMA Smoke Signal. I mean, this horse was in back-to-back stakes races. Look to the Sam Houston meet. You see this horse put together back-to-back wins. 1 in January, 1 in February. That was in some allowance optional claiming races. So we'll see what happens with the 4 here, but I think this one has a good chance to pick up the win. Mon Safir, the number 9, that's going to be my second selection here. This horse was a winner 2 starts back. Last time out, went in a race here on May the 1st. Ran 3rd in that one, only beaten by 4. So I'll take Mon Safir here. And then number 2, RS Fortiza. That's going to be my third choice. Back-to-back wins for this horse. Both those came at a mile, so I was going to shorten up just a little bit from those last 2 races. This horse does have 3 wins overall. Has finished in the money in 8 of 10 lifetime, so I wouldn't count out RT Forteza in your picks.
Yeah, that 2-horse comes back for the first start since February at Sam Houston, but when last seen was going very well, and as Rodney mentions, was going a mile, now gets to shorten up around 1 turn and go 7/8 of a mile, our longest sprint. He's one of these that I think figures quite well. I do have him as a second pick. Rodney has him as a third. WMA Smoke Signal, his winter sprints were really good. The 1-turn races at Sam Houston, as you mentioned. And then he went on the turf in that grade 3 at Houston and didn't care for that. But that had RB Badonkadonk and those really good horses in there. And then the UAE President's Cup, that's kind of like that's the Breeders' Cup Classic of U.S. Arabian racing. And the first 4 finishers were all very well spread out in that race. So I think he's a very logical choice here. Quick Ray AA is another one that we have in our picks. This horse goes from Nicole Ruggieri, who's one of our top quarter horse trainers, to Javier Ruiz Ortiz. I assume that's Javier Ruiz Ortiz, who's had horses here for years. If not, it's Javier Ortiz without the Ruiz. But nonetheless, trainer change after being pulled up in the UAE President's Cup. But some of the other races for him are okay. On to the second. Maiden Arabians in race number 2. This is at 5.5 furlongs. Maiden special weights. Scratch the 1. AA Epic Burn. Scratch the 6. Uptown Trumpess. I was going to try to beat Yasmin initially, the 8 filly, but now I don't. They're going to have to really get going to beat her because she was already a solid-looking choice in this race, even with those other 2 scratches in it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the one I was going with all day long. Yasmin here, the number 8 horse. You know, it has that one race, which happened back here on the 24th of April. If you look at the comments, got off slow in that race. But,
yes.
You know, after getting off slow, I mean, the horse made up some ground. Ended up finishing 3rd in that race in a field of 7. Not so bad at all there. Always like horses making their second career start, thinking they gained a little bit of an experience. See what happens this time. So give me the 8 on top here. Number 4, R.B. Kennedy, that's going to be my second choice. You know, this is a horse that kind of did the opposite of Yasmin last time out.
Yeah.
You can see this horse started off toward the front, ended up fading toward the end, where Yasmin did the opposite. But in this field here, especially with those 2 scratches, you know, it's going to be 6 horses here. I think R.B. Kennedy, just like Yasmin's going to, you know, gain a little bit of experience from that last race and perform a little better today. And then I took number 7, A.A. Tripper, as my third choice. First time starter here out of the Nicole Ruggieri barn. We'll see if this horse is ready to go today. 8, 4, and 7 is how I got it here in the second.
Yeah, Yasmin's try was pretty good in the debut. I mean, they often get off slow in their first starts. At least it can very much happen with thoroughbreds and Arabians. This horse angled out at the 8th pole, finished a little flat, but made up good ground to get into it. First time start. R.B. Kennedy, like you say, kind of went the opposite way. But I think we talked about her dam last time, R.B. Kinky, who won a Texas Stallion Stakes here 10 years ago. Is that the horse you have a picture of in your office? Or is
no,
that
I don't have
else?
R.B. Kinky. I got a few. You know, most of my pictures up there, believe it or not, are Jack Van Berg horses.
Oh, yeah.
Just out of, I don't know, it's
That's
just sheer
odd.
coincidence.
Yeah.
I've got about 3 pictures with Jack and some of his
Yeah.
other horses winning.
That's
but
good. He's a
yeah,
legend. He's a good one to have
I got a
pictures
couple
of.
Arabians up there as well.
But nonetheless, R.B. Kinky was pretty good, the dam. She could improve. You know, with these 2 scratches out of here, they were both colts, the 1 and the 6. They both had chances. It makes it easier for the fillies that are in here, including, you know, the 8 and the 4. Both happen to be fillies. Let's move on to race 3. Race number 3 is a non-winners of 3 allowance for fillies and mares. Non-winners of 3 in their career. Now, this is interesting. They're going 6.5 furlongs, no changes in here. I know you like this angle. I do too. We like to pick horses that are sharp. Every horse in this race, all 6 of them won their last
yeah,
starts.
you don't see that very often, right?
You know, a lot of times we isolate in on who maybe won last time. Can they repeat? Well, all of these won their last races. Yeah. That's a nice race when you can get horses that are that sharp.
And I thought this was a tough race to pick a horse because, you know, I love that angle. You know, I ended up on number 4. That's Wadamoon here. Wadamoon, not only did this horse win that last race, did in one other than allowance. If you look at the 2 races before there, both of them coming at Sam Houston, a second and a third there in allowance race. So, I mean, this horse has been up there with this kind of competition and running well, including that win last time out. So I'll go ahead and go with Wadamoon on top. I took the 6, Leela May, as my second selection here. Back-to-back wins for Leela May. If you look at the one back in February, I mean, just destroyed the field, almost 20 lengths in that race. That's pretty huge, and that was a 6.5 furlong race. So it's not like they had a mile to get spread out. That was a big win for Leela May that day. Followed it back up, you know, in a pretty big allowance race down there at Sam Houston as well. I won that one, although a lot closer, just won by a neck in that one. And then my third choice is one I really wanted to put on top, but I just didn't have any room, and that's Tiz Grace, the 5 horse. I think this horse could run very solid. Back-to-back wins for Tiz Grace. You can see this horse was out west, did well out there, has never finished off the board, had a couple races at Del Mar, one at Santa Anita. Those were coming on the turf. Got back to the dirt at Sunland on the 1st of March. Won that maiden special weight there. Followed it back up with a race here on the 26th of April. Won that one as well. I think this horse is one to watch here. I think this is going to be a fun race. It's a short field, but, man, all these horses have a chance to win, I believe, in this one.
Yeah, you got a couple of horses that sort of romped last time, and My Boy Vander and Mo Pearl's Please, who's a Wade Rarick import from the Southwest. It'd be a little surprise for me if Honor and Fire won going turf to dirt, but he has won on the dirt. She has won on the dirt before. I'm going to go with Leela May on the outside. She and Tiz Grace, both 3-year-olds. taking on older fillies and mares for the first time. It's June. I'm not as worried about that anymore, but it'll be interesting to see how they fare. Layla May, last time out, was not in for a tag. She was in a high-priced optional claimer. I like the fact that Connections back in April did not enter her for the claiming price. They had her in on the allowance, not optional claiming angle, and didn't have her in for the price tag, and she won. And I thought she got a really nice ride by Stuart Elliott. Very confident, had the field measured, only won by a neck, but it was a really good performance to get by Storm After Dark. She was subsequently entered and scratched out of a race at Oaklawn on April 18th, and then they decided to wait on her a little bit and keep training her on up to this. What a Moon, you mentioned her. I mean, she's been favored 3 times in a row. Her performances have been getting incrementally better. Love the fast work for her. I mean, her last race was 2 months ago, but she's been drilling like a champ. So she's always going to be formidable. And then Tiz Grace, I went back and rewatched that race from April 26th. She got a great Beyer fig. She got a 78, which is the par for this race, but it kind of dwarfs what everybody else has been doing. She was on her inside lead through the stretch, which doesn't look good, but some horses don't change leads in the stretch. Most do. It looks more aesthetically pleasing to see them change leads. So, I don't know if that's a big deal or not. Probably isn't, but she made a really strong bid that day and drew off. And maybe didn't look the most artistic doing it, but she did it fast. Race 4 is off the turf. Unfortunately, our 2 races scheduled for the grass are off. There's still interesting races later in and off the turf. We have Mr. Omaha, who was brilliant in a muddy track race in his return to the races earlier this meet. But race 4, it'll be 1 1/16 on the dirt. Scratch the 1, No Bull Pete. This is a maiden claimer.
All right, well, let's go with number 2, McGinnis. I see we're both on the top horse here, the same horse on top here. Now, McGinnis, out of the 8 career races, 7 of them came on the turf, and this horse did have 4 second-place finishes on the turf out of those 7 starts. But, now we're on the dirt. Has only had 1 career start on the dirt. But McGinnis, I think this horse, as this horse has been going in the past, I think this one could get up for the win. I'm not going to say this is my most confident pick of the night with this going off the turf, but we'll see what McGinnis has when it's all said and done. I took number 7, Bravadis, as my second choice here. You can see this horse has only been on the grass 3 times. 7 of them were on a different surface. You can see this horse was at Turfway, Ellis Park, had some races up there at Indiana Grand. And, it fit in there and ran well, was competitive in those races. So we'll see what this horse has coming over here tonight. And then I got number 4, Foolish Mortal, as my third selection here. This is a horse that's coming in here from Hot Springs, campaigned up there 3 different times this year. 2 of them were 1 1/16, had a mile race sprinkled in between. Didn't do too bad at any of those races. I mean, finished about mid-pack in all of them. But, you can see a next out winner last time out. A couple trouble indicators there in the last 2 races, bumped at the start. We'll see what Foolish Mortal has. Give me 2, 7, and 4 here for race 4.
Yeah, Foolish Mortal was trying the turf, or would have been, for the first time today for Danny Pish. Stays on the dirt, which is all that she has done so far. 4 on a dry fast track, 1 on a wet track, and I would assume the track will start off as off. Our track dries quickly. Don't know what it'll be by the 4th, but assuming it'll still have some moisture in it. She did have a muddy track race at Aqueduct in her debut in September. She was well beaten, but still ran 3rd of 11, broke slowly, passed some horses late, even though it didn't make a lot of impression on the winner. Her Oaklawn races were okay. I mean, on the Beyer scale, they put her right in with these on the dirt. But nonetheless, she's my second pick. That's Foolish Mortal. I'm going with McGinnis, too. I mean, her dam, Catherine the Great, won the Grade 3 Schuylerville at Saratoga on the dirt. Her dam was a nice race mare, not a superstar. She did run in a couple of Grade 1s, I believe. Won a couple of races on dirt. McGinnis has never been on dirt. He's kind of made a career out of running second on the turf, but he's going to try the dirt here. He'll be a heavy favorite, but I'm going to go with him. His turf form is good enough. It stands out enough to me to merit the switch. As far as Bravitas goes, the 7, he was a vet voided claim last time. And there's a lot of little minuscule reasons why a horse might not pass the vet check after a race when they've been claimed. It's not always serious. But I still like to see one from them before I jump back on their corner. So we'll see. I mean, Asmussen's Barn seemingly wins a race or two every night right now.
Yeah.
So you pass on them at your own risk. On to the 5th. Race 5 begins the pick 4. That previous race, race 4 tonight, begins the pick 5. But on to the 5th. Texas bred maiden special weights, 3 and up.
Yeah, I'm going with the horse on the outside. Get back, JoJo. Number 8. This horse has had 2 starts, both of them coming here at Lone Star Park this meet, and the horse has gotten better. From start 1 to start 2, had a decent improvement there. Finished second last time out, only beaten by 3/4 of a length. This horse likes to be out there in the front. Give me Get Back, JoJo. Gate to wire winner here in race number 5. Number 1, 50 Shades of Naughty. That's going to be my second choice. I see you have the horse on top. Solid horse, but 0 for 11. I don't really care for that. Does have a handful of seconds and thirds. So I do believe this horse can get up and hit the board, but maybe just one that doesn't like to come in on top. But who knows? This could be his night tonight. And then number 4, Adeline's Rocking. That's going to be my third choice. Back-to-back third-place finishes. One of them happened last year here at the meet. One of them happened this year at the meet, so making the second start back after a layoff. We'll see if Adeline's Rocking is ready to rock tonight. 8-1-4 is how I see race 5.
Yeah, Adeline's Rocking and Get Back, JoJo come out of the same race, a race that was won in slightly off the pace fashion by Who's Foos. And Get Back, JoJo beat Adeline's Rocking by about 5 lengths. That was a sprint, 6 furlongs. They got to go an extra furlong now. But Get Back, JoJo seems to be getting better. Adeline's Rocking was coming off a 13-month layoff in that last race, ran pretty well. Both are going to be formidable. I went with 50 Shades of Naughty only because I'm more tolerant than I used to be. I used to see a horse that was over 11 with 2 seconds and 5/3 that had a lot of chances and just automatically try to beat the horse. But in this case, this guy might actually be coming around to a peak performance, and I went ahead and took him only because I question a little bit the distance for both the 4 and the 8. I want to see him go 7 furlongs before I commit to that. I think No Interruption is interesting, too. Interesting place to start a 3-year-old first-timer, but some of the works are decent. So, 50 Shades of Naughty is not really my type of horse, but, Curly's One Thing, who beat him here opening weekend, did eventually come back and win and ran a decent race next time out. So sometimes those horses do find a way, but, yeah, it's Get Back, JoJo is an interesting proposition there. Just having to go 1 more furlong, might be able to handle it, and we'll definitely get to hear some Get Back by the Beatles.
The Beatles, yes. I'm waiting for that one.
For sure. Race 6, 5.5 panels. These are maiden special weight fillies. Scratch number 1, Aranza's Pass. That was a long comebacker for Asmussen, who hadn't been out since 2024.
Yeah, I'll take number 4. That's Princess Peach on top here. Last time out, this horse has only had 1 start. Last time out, you see there's a little trouble indicator there saying the horse was wide. Didn't start off the best at all. I mean, broke toward the back of the field, but ended up making up some ground, finishing 3rd in that race. I'm looking for that improvement from start 1 to start 2. I think Princess Peach could get the job done today. Number 2, Mi Amiga, that's going to be my second choice. This horse is coming off a runner-up effort last time out, was beaten by 1.25 lengths. Had 3 races before that. I mean, one at Churchill last year, a couple at Oaklawn this year. Horse ran, decent in those. Both 2 4th-place finishes at Oaklawn in some large fields, 1 of 10, 1 of 9. Mi Amiga could definitely win this race, but I want to go a little bit different way with Princess Peach. And then I took number 5, Finito, 15-1 morning line on this horse. Brett Calhoun, he can win some races. The trainer, this one right here, got up, made up some ground last time, finished 3rd. Says got off slow, so hopefully a better start this time. We'll see Finito get up there and hit the board at some pretty decent odds. 4, 2, and 5 for race 6.
Yeah, Finito broke last out of 6 in a debut. It's so common to see horses get off a little tardy in their debut They haven't done it before, and even though they've been trained at the gate, the first actual competition, and this horse did debut on a sloppy surface, seemed to handle it, ran pretty easily, wound up working his way up to third, so beat half the field. I'm going to go with Mi Amiga. It's a chalky pick. First time against older fillies and mares. These are 3-year-olds and up. Leaner and Meaner and Calbella, the 6 and 7, are the only 4-year-olds remaining in the field. So it's not like they're taking on a lot of, high danger older horses in here. But Mi Amiga last time out opened up a lead in the stretch. Looked like she was going on to victory and got caught late by Mare's Music. Did slightly beat Princess Peach last time. Mi Amiga might be developing one of those tendencies to kind of wait on horses and not win. And Princess Peach ran a pretty good race last time, but I'm going to take the favorite in this case, and we'll see how things go. On to the 7th. A mile on the main track now. The 7th race taken off the turf. Scratch the 2, Interstellar. Scratch the 3, News at 9. Scratch the 8, Special Memory. And the 9, Whiskey Not Wine. I adjusted my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th picks here once it came off the turf, but I was going to go with Mr. Omaha regardless. I was impressed with his race last time. I think he might have needed it. He hadn't been out since around Christmas. He still opened up a nice lead and won. First time on Lasix last time. There's a lot of good things about him.
Yeah, I like Mr. Omaha. And just like you said, I was picking Mr. Omaha before the race came off the grass. I mean, this horse had never been on the grass before, but look at this horse's main track starts. Yeah. Has won 8 of 15. I mean, I'm not a math major, but that's almost like 50%.
Yeah, slightly better than 50.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
so not bad at all. Has won 4 of 5 at the 1 mile distance. You can see this horse was a stakes winner 2 starts back. Destroyed him in a stakes race up at Remington Park in October. Did have that time off, but hey, got back to the races here on the 10th of May, won that race by 3/4 of a length, never had anyone in front of him. Take a look on the 29th of May. This horse put together a bullet workout. I'll just say about Mr. Omaha, this horse doesn't like looking at horses in front of him. I think this one's going to be front and gate to wire winner right there for Mr. Omaha. Number 4, Carlia's Dream. That's going to be my second choice. This horse has 5 wins out here at Lone Star Park from 18 tries, a lot of experience. 8 of this horse's wins came on the grass, so that means 3 of them came on the dirt.
Yeah, so, on dry dirt. He's 3 for 5 on dry dirt. Now, I don't know if he'll have dry dirt by the 7th race, but he likes a dry main track, even though he has made a career out of being a pretty good turf miler.
Right, so hopefully he gets a dry track there. And then I took number 5, Ben and Donner, yeah. Ben and Donner as my third choice. I mean, this horse has had back-to-back third-place finishes, was a winner before that. Now, all of those came at Turf Paradise on the turf. So I was going to have to go back to the main track today. But as you can see, this horse does have a couple wins on a dirt track. So don't really have any question marks about that here. I'll go with this 5 horse in my top 3. So give me 6, 4, 5 in race 7.
Yeah, I moved that Ben and Donner up to second. I didn't have him in the picks initially on the turf, but, he's run a couple of really nice, consistent races at Turf Paradise on the turf back-to-back, 81 buyers each time. He fires his best shot almost every time. I mean, and he does have a win as recently as October on the slop at Remington. He won a non-2 allowance on the slop at Remington, and that was a race that came off the turf. He also shows a win on my PPs a year and a half ago at Turf Paradise on the dirt in a race that wasn't taken off the turf. But Mr. Omaha, he's an Oklahoma bred that has consistently beaten up on Oklahoma bred competition, but he's run competitively in a number of open big stakes. The Iowa Derby, he ran he ran third behind a superstar in magnitude. Last year here in our Derby, he ran a competitive 4th. He ran third, beaten less than 4 lengths in the Oklahoma Derby. That's a grade 3. He ran well in the Super Derby at LAD. All open company against horses shipping in. He's a real quality individual. I'm sticking with him. Good field, though. Race 8, we wrap it up. $5,059 in the Jackpot Super High 5 carryover. Field of 9 in today's 8th and final. There's one 4-year-old filly in here, the 8 Gabs Humor. The rest are all 3-year-old fillies, Texas bred maidens.
All right, I'm taking this filly on the inside, Whispering Liz. This horse has been out to the races 7 different times. Doesn't have that win yet, but has finished in the money in 6 of those 7 starts. So the horse has been right up there around it. You can see the last 3 consecutive third-place finishes. You look before that at Sam Houston. This horse was in a stakes race there. Ran second in that stakes just by a neck. I think Whispering Liz gets the job done tonight. Number 6, Tiffany Tap. That's going to be my second choice. 2 starts back, this horse was in a stakes race. Ran 6 of 7 in that one. But if you look at the body of work other than that stakes race, you see this horse has never finished out of the exacta. And then number 3, I'm a Texas Beauty, is going to be my third choice. First-time starter here on this one. Had a pretty decent workout back on the 24th of May, so this horse should be ready to run fast tonight. I'll take this one as my third choice. 1, 6, and 3 to wrap up the card tonight.
I think that's a wise pick because I want to talk about the pedigree of the 3. First of all, my second pick, your third. I'm a Texas Beauty. From the mare, My Silver Song. She's been prominent this meeting because we had a winner the other day named Showgirl Swifty, who was a 2-year-old winner. Won first time out. I'm a Texas Beauty is a full to that Showgirl Swifty, who was a nice winner here a week or 2 ago. I'm a Texas Beauty is a half to Bubba Bling, who is still out here running. Nice allowance type horse. Bubba Bling was a first out winner. He won in his debut. So did his 2-year-old sister, Showgirl Swifty, and he's a half to Redditor. He was a former Texas Horse of the Year. He made about $400,000 or $330,000, and he won his first start. So there's a lot of precocity in this pedigree for I'm a Texas Beauty, and if one of these fillies with experience doesn't run their race or multiples don't, I think she could be right there. I went with Long Time. Has been off a while. Her Dam, My Master Plan, was a really nice mare. I had the luxury of calling her my first year here in 2016 in the, I believe it was the Wayne Hanks back then, but it was filly mare race. She won that. My Master Plan, the Dam of Long Time, is really good filly. This Long Time, she ran okay in her first start. It was on the turf. It was last fall. She's had a lot of time to mature. She switched from Donnie Von Hemel to Joe Auffolter. She was entered and scratched in November of last year before they decided to wait on her and stop on her for the winter. But she has good works to prepare for this. First time on LASIK. So I'm going with Long Time, who did not get a good start in her debut, which seems typical now. Tiffany Tap, she's won. She's going to take a lot of money. A lot of win money has been chased, trying to get her to the winner's circle. 3 times an odds-on favorite, second, and third. I mean, she doesn't know what her odds are, but she's developing that tendency to just find a way not to win. This might be her time, who knows, but I'm going to try to beat her, and I see you are too.
Well, someone's going to win. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and we're going to have, so we have Sloppy on the board now. So sloppy and off the conditions. So I kind of figured it might start that way. It looked sloppy when I came down. So it'll dry pretty quickly, though, I would think, unless we get more rain. Is Dave back in the paddock today?
Dave is in the paddock today.
All right. So you and I will reconvene, I guess, next week.
Yeah, a week from today.
Rick here this weekend. Don't forget, advance wagering on the Belmont Day card tonight, and next week there's going to be another fan education event.
Yes, there is. So if you want to sign up for that fan education event, you can buy a special ticket for it. Check our website, check our Facebook event page. It's a fun. Last time we had a full house for the new event, for the Playing the Ponies 101 wagering event, and everyone got up there and learned and got to check out a suite. So it's definitely a good deal if you want to learn more about how to make some wagers or how to pick some winning horses.
Yeah, this sport can be very intimidating to newcomers, and so we're offering that, and we'll also be announcing how you can get tickets too during the day. All right. Thanks a lot for being with us. 33 minutes to post for the first. Thanks for looking in, and enjoy your night.
In the event of an emergency, Lone Star Park is dedicated to ensuring